ever since we let things go. But sometimes, baby, when I look in your eyes, I can still see the young girl I used to know. Could have been good. We could have been good.
Nice. Loud.
There's something in this world of madness, ran out of faith. She should have been you.
God, this is just dark. That's what this is. Dark. Alright. Turn you down. Maybe not that low. Alright, and with that, let us begin. So, what is up, YouTube? Broadcasting Road Hazard. Streaming City Skylines for the PC. This is my intro here. And we are in a completely different map and a completely different time zone with a completely different purpose. For I'm speaking to you now from the future. About 100, almost 200 years into the future now. And the world as we know it is not how we left it. What you're looking at is a custom map that yours truly made. If I could just, yeah, it's just dark. Just dark, but I'll fix that in just a minute. But anyway, yeah, this is a custom map that I myself made, and basically, the Ice Age has come about, and as such, the world of humanity must learn how to survive in the Ice Age. And this is Eden. As the story goes, after everyone was evacuated from the upper half of the United States, those in charge, after so many years, wanted to restart civilization. So, because they have government satellites that have lasers in them, because everyone knows that the government has laser satellites, they use one of these satellites to blast a hole into a glacier up in the northern territory of the U.S., somewhere between Washington and Oregon. And what resulted was this crater that you see here, and from there they sent crews by sea to construct this which you are seeing now. And that is a dome that you are looking at. A isometric dome, and within this dome, this is where humanity will now reside. And so we are going to create a city in this dystopia, and we're going to do that by placing domes within these craters, sort of placeholders for where I suspect domes will be going. It's not set in concrete, but it's just a sort of an outline of where these domes will be placed. And along with that, we're going to be battling with the harsh temperatures of the Ice Age and all that comes with that. Um, One particular area of interest that's going to become very, very difficult is this area here, known as the pits. You can't really see it, and I'm about to change that. What is that thing called again? I'm about to change that because I can't see anything. There you are. There we go. Yeah, see, that's much better. But anyway, welcome to the pit. And basically the pit is where the low income, it's slave labor. That's what it is. This is where all the slave labor resides, because if you're not living inside the domes, you're freezing to death, pretty much. And we're gonna try and recreate that. We're also gonna have a forest industry out here, again unprotected, so you gotta deal with the harshness about that. We also have a sea harbor that we're going to construct, and all while looking at this rather beautiful landscape, although a bit apocalyptic. You can't really create sort of a glacier in Skylines, so you got to be a bit creative. So that is what you're seeing here. These are not hills; these are mountaintops. That's how tall the glacier is. Same thing here. No, that's not a cliff face. That's the glacier wall that is slowly melting. And so there's going to be some natural disasters we're going to have to deal with as well. Major earthquakes because the glacier is melting. There's going to be harsh winter storms, blizzards. And there may be a tsunami or two, depending on how things play out. So let us get started. I put a lot of work into this. Started this back in 2020, I think. Yeah, 2020, when everything was going to hell. And I needed some means of escaping my own anxiety. So I created a futuristic Ice Age dystopia to calm my mind. I know, as strange as that may be, but it kept me pretty calm during that horrible year. And these domes, well, this dome in particular, again, this is a mod. I'll get to these people in a minute. But this dome is a mod, but it's not in your typical place where they put mods. No, this is within the assets library. So if you don't have, I think it's the beautification mod, you won't be seeing this dome. It won't show up in your parks or your power supply or anything like that. So it shows up as an asset, and while it looks great and it does capture the effect quite well, especially when you get everything built up, I will say this is a tedious thing to place because you don't know where exactly you're placing it. I mean, there's no like a marker on the ground to tell you where it is, and so you have to tediously place these things. Not saying it can't be done, but it's not something you can like put together in 5 minutes. You gotta work with it. And case in point, the dome I have now, it may go away as I develop the city, because this right here, the center of it is somewhere around here. So somewhere in this section here, there are 4 sections representing the dome. And yeah, if you build anything on it, it will go away. So if you notice, as I build this city, the dome starts to disappear. That'd be why. Now, I do have other domes that aren't as picky as that. Let's see, you gonna let me place it? So we have that one, which is similar to the one over here. It's just, as you saw, a lot easier to put together. And a lot easier to remove. As you see, there's the center of it. So I got a couple of those. I think that was the biggest one, but I have that one, and then I have a smaller one. I also have a Parks and Rec one, if I can find the thing. Somewhere up there you are. It is not as easy to place because it requires a road in order to place it. If I could just... Alright, outside the dome.
Warning. Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
So, yeah, it's not as easy to place because you have to essentially build it, but it has a similar effect. The ground is shaking.
An earthquake is occurring. Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
Okay, so yes, I have domes, and something else that's going to be different about this city build is that since we're in the future, even though we're clearly not, but there's a mod to change that too. But since we're in the future, we have advanced in our architecture, so one of the things I got was, and I'll have to place this thing somewhere. Place you there. It's a good representation of what's to come. So this is what's called quad, and quad is a futuristic building set. I have to think of the words there. It's a futuristic building set, and there is a lot of quad. I mean, a lot of quad. We have buildings from your residential, your commercial, your office, your industry, your tourism. Every building, every possible building type in City Skylines there's a quad for it. And yeah, your power and your services and even transportation has quad. So if you look at the traffic here, it may be a bit hard to spot. I may have to search a bit, but here's one. So this one right here, this is a quad car. I think it's a one of these sports cars or something like that. I also have Ah, there's one. There's a van. So I also have trucks that are in the futuristic shape. And I have trains, which once we get trains, you'll be able to see those. There's one that's modeled off of Firefly, and there's a monorail that's looking real sleek. But yeah, we're going to be using quad to represent our future. Another fun thing with quad, like that, there's a ton. There's just a ton of I could just find one that has a bunch of it. Yeah, there's a ton of quad assets here. You got futuristic buildings that look like pyramids, and buildings that look like they belong on a computer, like an old school computer from like the 90s, but in skyscraper form. There is a ton of assets, just a ton of different looking futuristic buildings, and we're going to be putting them inside these domes, and it's going to give this map, it's going to give this city a very futuristic look, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to, especially at night, because the lighting on some of these buildings is amazingly beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's do. And the first thing I need to do is I need to mess with my weather. And with that, I also have I have 2 mods to help me with that. I have Ragnarok, which gives you the mega ultra destructive disasters, and then I have, what is it? Where are you at? Ah, there you are. It's not in alphabetical order. It's now noticing that. But natural disaster overhaul. That is, if I could just, it's this thing here. So it revamps your disasters so that they occur more naturally and not at random. And it really does change the way the game behaves or how you play the game. Because when for natural disasters first came out, it was great, but you couldn't help but notice it was a bit half-assed. Like, it just felt like it wasn't much thought put into it. But with this overhaul, it really does make it a lot more natural. So, with that being said, there's no forest fire because it's the Ice Age, so no. No sinkholes. Nah. No tornadoes. And no meteor strikes. Thunderstorms. I'm gonna make it May. Do 4. And we'll say February. Earthquakes. Every 3 years. That's fine. Right. Next thing I need to change. I wish these things were in alphabetical order. Yeah, because it's a whole. Yes. This right here solves a lot of traffic problems, allowing them to dramatically change lanes, prevent transfer. Yeah. Alright. Look at that. And anything else that I need to take a look at? No. Okay. I should probably. Another thing I should mention about this city building, I'm going to be caring a lot less about my crims than I normally do. So this whole what you're seeing here is pretty much how the city is going to be operating. There's crime, there's death, there's fire, there is poverty, and for the most part, I'm just gonna be ignoring it. Because another thing that the future has in store for us is that it's gonna be very corrupt. Corporations are gonna become corporations are gonna become very corrupt. Not that they're not corrupt already, but in the middle of an ice age, they're very corrupt. So, as I said, life within the domes is better than life outside the domes, but not by a whole lot if you are, how should we say, low income. So, let's build some stuff. And what I want to really do here, I got a high demand for industry. So we're going to give them industry. First things first, I want to zone off this area. And next time there's a high demand for residential, I will change the style to quad so that we can start seeing some futuristic buildings. Another thing that's going to be different is that because this is a contained space and I can't just build wherever I want. We're gonna be using a lot of small roads and not a lot of traffic management. Like, this highway you're seeing here is about as advanced as the traffic management is going to get. And I hesitate in putting it here because it took up a lot of space. But I think we can still make this into a grand city, even though this highway takes up a good chunk of the space within this dome. But we shall see. We shall see. So let's get building. I say what you decide. I hope everyone has had a good weekend. I certainly have. Had a nice drive Saturday. Got to listen to a bunch of music on the way. I went to what is it, Boone, which is sort of like a small mountain town on top of a mountain, and it was peaceful. Tranquil is the word. And then let's see, what was it? Saturday night? Was it Saturday? Yeah, no, Sunday. Okay, yeah, I'm getting my days confused. But Sunday, I started working on my Halloween soundtrack, well, my playlist for Halloween. Because next month it will be here sooner than you think. And already stores have gotten their Halloween stuff out and about along with their Christmas, and I imagine a few stores have already got their Easter crap going as well, because, you know, why just celebrate one holiday when you can celebrate, you know, multiple ones all at the same time. So, yeah. I got my Halloween playlist almost done. I still gotta tweak it a little bit. I got Michael Jackson's Thriller, and I got Spooky from the Classics 4. What else do I have? Oh, I got Little Shop of Horrors, which I completely forgot was a horror movie. I really did. Completely forgot that was a horror movie. And I kind of want to watch it again. It's kind of hard. It's the kind of horror I like. And I know that the actual movie has a happy ending, but the actual play did not. And I don't know whether I think if you get the DVD or whatnot, you can get the alternate ending. Oh, that's also right. I got Halloween the movie, both the remaking, the remaking of it, and the classic, which I prefer the classic theme over the new one. It's a lot more terrifying. If that makes sense. It's a lot more terrifying, mainly because there's a lot less musical instruments happening in the song. I think it's like 2 or 3, and that's really all you need. I think with any kind of horror, the best kind of horror is not having a lot of it. You know, they always say less is best, and in a horror it really is, because if you don't know what's coming at you until the last 30 minutes of the movies, it's a lot more engaging, because you're trying to figure out what's attacking you, why is it attacking you, and you don't know until, you know, you finally meet the thing, and it's what do you do now? So I have Little Shop of Horrors. I also got 28 Days Later, its theme song, and the theme song from Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. It's Terror Time Again, which arguably is the best Scooby-Doo movie there ever was. We're rambling, I know. I should be talking about what I'm doing on screen right now, but nah. 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 It's just we're just getting started. So, but yeah, Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island. It's one of Scooby-Doo's best movies. Better than any of the live action. Better than anything that's come after it, with the exception of its sequel, The Witch's Ghost. Because that one was pretty good. But after those two, I don't know what happened with the Scooby-Doo movie. I think it's one of those where, yeah, they should have just let it die. Should have just let it die and come up with something else. Because, ew. Ew. Ah, that's right. I was going to, well, we were rambling about things. Alright, so we'll see if this works. Alright, so back to the city building here. I just enabled quad, so you should be able to see some buildings popping up. Something I just realized that I may want to do is I may want to split some of these quad assets up, because like I said, there's a lot. There is a lot, and I may not want quad, the full quad for everything. I may just want it for, my industry. But we'll see. This is new territory for me because I don't normally do this sort of thing. Well, at least not streaming anyway. Part of me wanted to stream it back in the day, last year, but the PC I had just wasn't powerful enough, because as we add more and more domes, it takes more processing power, and with the quad assets, I imagine it's going to be interesting after 40,000. It really is. Really? That's all you get? Seems a little low, doesn't it? Streetness output is 2400. Seems a bit low for a nuclear reactor. And I guess not, since that's just... okay. Maybe I don't know my power outputs. Huh. It's expensive as hell, though. I'll say that much. Alright, so our first futuristic building. What do you call this thing? A singularity. This isn't working, or oh,
From metal to grunge and everything in between, this is Rock City.
nice. Is that thing pulsating? Awesome. Awesome. Very awesome. Alright, so with that, I don't have to worry about power for a while now. A while. It's expensive as hell, but I'm not going to have to worry about power consumption. Alrighty. Well, what was I talking about? Let's see. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh, how I don't normally stream this sort of thing, where I just sort of go off the beaten path and sort of do my own thing. So we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. Like I said, I built Eden before. I just didn't stream it, and I liked how it turned out. But with Quad now, I think I want to love it even more. Just to see how this all looks, especially at night. Because I'm telling you, along with Quad, another thing that really stands out is that the winner for Skylines, in other words, Snowfall DLC, it is just beautiful at night and at sunrise and at sunset. The colors in the sky and the snow, it's just beautiful to look at. And so that should be interesting. I know this water. I like the way this water. Well, I like these waterfalls. So do I wish there was more of a mist effect? Something that if they ever do decide to do Skylines 2, I would love for them to give the water a mist effect, so that you get that mist coming off the falls, and maybe some rapids if you have some tight windy streams. Because this one right here is another one. Where if it had a mist effect, that would be amazing. And then over here on this side as well, if we could have some rapids with this, that would be fantastic. It would be amazing. It's something in the future. Honestly, I don't know when they're going to be making a second Skylines. The game's been out for 5+ years now, and it's still 10 years. This is no, it's 5. I'm sorry, 2015. But it's been out for a long time, and Paradox Interactive hasn't really, they've hinted, but they haven't really put out they haven't really put out anything that says they're going to be making a second Skylines. It's just sort of speculation.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days.
Thunderstorm
Citizens are advised
warning,
to stay indoors.
which in snowfall is basically some pretty snow. Basically what it is. It's just pretty snow. But as far as the effects, the main thing is that your roads will freeze up, which doesn't affect the highways, which makes sense because if it did, then out on the outskirts of your map, they would all be
A
frozen.
thunderstorm is battering the city. Stay indoors until the storm has passed.
As the weather as the storm intensifies, you'll start to see these roads starting to freeze over, and that will slow the cars down, which you have to do the snow dump. Yeah, you have to do these little snow dumps to get rid of the snow. But again, that's not going to be happening here. Well, at least not now, anyway. I think that's the real reason why this stream is going to be different, because typically I do care about my crims and what happens to them. Except when it's a tsunami, then it's just hilarious. It's just to watch everything flood and get washed away. But in general, I do care about my crims and want them to have the best life. But that's not gonna happen here. not this time around. So we need some residential, which is what we're working on now. Starting to come back to me of how I made this main dome, and I think the main thing is, along with this highway there, there's going to be a sort of main road that goes around, goes around the dome as well as the highway. And then beneath all of that, stricken out of it are going to be these small secondary roads. And they're most likely going to be these small, narrow roads just to conserve on space. Which means traffic is going to be an absolute nightmare, which is what we want. That's what we're going for. That is exactly what we're going for. So, I think that is the plan as far as the roads are concerned. Excuse me while I put in a bridge. It's not symmetrical, which, yeah, I got a problem with that. That's better. I'm gonna take anarchy off. I think I was using anarchy to do some work outside the dome. What? How high do you need to be? Okay. Okay. Residential. Yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of mods in this city. And it truly does amaze me just what a difference these mods makes. When I was streaming the multiplayer with my friend John, it it was amazing just how much content the mods add to the actual game. Because what you're seeing here,
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
nice. So, but what you're seeing here, this is all mod. This is all mods because the vanilla has not even half of this. Highway especially, there are only two options. You either get a on ramp and then your free lane, and that's it. And it's just like
A
really
thunderstorm
even the
is battering the
console
city.
versions of
Stay
it had a
indoors until
little
the
bit
storm
more
has
than
passed.
that. So it's just amazing how much these mods have extended the life of the game, and maybe that's why we haven't gotten a. I think that's why we haven't gotten a sequel yet, because people keep modding on it. Which, more power to them, but gosh, I don't know what the sequel could be now that we have so many mods on them, because more than anything, we're just gonna want, all the stuff that we have now, plus a little bit more. So I don't know how a developing team can manage that, but more power to them. This is going to be more grid-like. Okay, since it's nighttime. That's pretty. There we go. There we go. Now you can see the bit of the night. Snow is pretty, if not a bit terrifying. The snow is pretty. And I gotta say, I like the lights on the dome. I do. I like these. I like these little lights on the dome. It reminds me a lot of the old anime of Big O, when you're in the city of Paradigm and it's just a city of domes and giant robots, because of course. And once we get all these little domes built up, it will start to look something similar to it. You can't change the tint of the glass on the dome, so you're kind of stuck with what you got. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I have no idea what that is. But what is that? No idea. No idea. I should probably do some services here, because these guys aren't doing too good. But let me put some more residential down, and I don't know, maybe I'll throw in some garbage. Do you have anything building, or? Ah, that's nice. I like that. Haha. I like that. I like that a lot.
field with Rock City, pumping the best sounds of rock straight into the city.
There we go. Alright. So, let's add our second quad building. And I don't think I'm gonna have room for a graveyard necessarily. It's not inside the dome anyway. Let's see what that looks like. Is it still within the dome or is that sticking out? Sticking out slowly, a little bit more. There we go. So anyway, this is the equivalent.
Meteorologists are
of-
issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days.
Thunderstorms.
Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
But yeah, that is the equivalent of this thing. Even though clearly the two are very different. But that's what this is. It's a medical center slash hospital almost. And another service I want to
A
add
thunderstorm is battering the city. Stay indoors until the storm has passed.
is this one. It is the fire station. It's called Liberator. And its job is to respond to the fires. It's supposed to, anyway. We'll hold off on... Oh yeah, that's the enforcer, so... That will be completely isolated because that's not connected, so let me not put it there. But we're on hold off on the cops. Ah, there we go. So, as you can see, the roads are starting to freeze up. And as such, you can see the traffic is slowing down. that, regardless of whether or not you're in the Ice Age, is one of the big things about the Snowfall DLC is that the roads freeze up and the need to stay warm becomes a priority. Because people will constantly run their heaters, whatever they may be. Constantly run their heaters, and that will use up electricity, which if you don't have the future, and you just have regular old coal plants or a windmill, it becomes a challenge in order to you must overcome. And the way you normally would do that is by choosing how do you want to keep the citizens warm. You can either do it the old-fashioned way with heated water, boiling water, or you can do it through geothermal dynamics, and that is just a big factory with pipes that go straight down to this not to the center of the earth, but they go pretty far down to where it is not cold, and then they draw that heat up through the pipes, and then that goes to your citizens in whatever form that may be. Quad has this thing, which is similar to the boiler, only
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
So what I'm going to do now...
A thunderstorm is battering the city. Stay indoors until the storm has passed.
I'm going to add some more residential. I'll do that though. I'm going to add some roads here. And this is also going to be good, like... Alright, so I might as well continue, might as well finish this thing up. So well, yeah, I might as well just complete the circle around the dome. So what's that, 5? Yeah, 5. So the way that you enter and exit these domes is through tunnels. I had a feeling you would say they're too close. That's what I'm gonna use and move it. Yeah, the way you enter these domes is by tunnel. I feel like it's the most realistic way of doing it, although in the futuristic movies, you usually you usually drive into it from above, but unfortunately, we don't have a dome that lets you do that. Interesting lines there. Yeah, regardless. Alright, so that's done. There we go. That's a bit sudden. Yeah. There. God. There we go. Just go straight across. I'm just going straight across. We'll figure that out as we get there. Close to the edge. See if I can bring that in there. None of this is really set in stone. This is just sort of me thinking things out as I build. Nice. Garbage, that's what I was going to work on. And we're gonna introduce another building from Quad. What is this thing called? It is called the Crucible. It's a high-tech waste disposal. Yeah, I like the lights on it. Alright. Alright, so trash is being taken care of. I still got frozen roads to not deal with. Also, I have crime to not deal with as well. Alright, we have another demand for residential. So let's give them what they want. And having a thought about this intersection for this on ramp. Since it is so close. Yeah, it's just so obvious that that would be how you would do.
what's up? This is
There we
What
go.
are you listeners out there doing this weekend? Just kicking back or going to a cool show? There's a lot to do in the city, and I'd be doing it too if I didn't need to clean out my garage. But hey, more space for jamming, right? More space for a treadmill too. And let's just say I need to do a little less rocking and a little more elevating my heart rate. Doctor's orders. Keep
Alright.
it here. We've got more great music coming your way.
Oh, I should probably, let me... So it looks like I'm in the settling down phase here, getting into the whole city building part of the stream. Sort of playing with ideas as I lay down the pavements, so to speak. So yeah, I'm still around, just concentrating. Curious to see if this quad thing actually works. So seeing houses, which I think they're not. Let me just extend this over here and see if this thing will work. See if this quad thing will work. Of course, a lot of the quad low-level stuff is pretty generic. It's pretty generic. You don't really know unless you have a picture of it next to you. I think this is a quad building. I think. But I'm not sure. It's not like this. Only when you get higher up does it make itself more apparent. Which... Let me fuck around with this. Let's see if it's ready for that. Sutton's building, so that's good. Oh, that's right. Let's see. I may have to do some reading to see how I can get the quad thing to work, because there are some growable buildings. That's European. Why are you growing European buildings? Huh. Why are you growing European buildings? That's not what I asked for. This shouldn't be. Excuse me while I go through my quad quad assets here. Let's turn all that off so I know what the hell I'm looking at. But that's level 5. Maybe that's why, because it. Maybe that's why, because I haven't leveled up to that level yet. Throw that in there. Okay, well, we'll see. First off is level 1. It doesn't look like a level 1, but level 1 it is. Okay, well, since there seems to be a demand for it, we'll just keep on bringing on the high density. All right. Carry on. That's more roads. Aha! It does work. All right. Yeah. eating some leftover pizza. Alright. Maybe I should tackle this crime problem. Haha! Haha! 60%. That's hilarious. I like it. I do. I like it. Alright. And same thing on this side. Oh, that may not be as easy. There's a column. Literally, there's a column right there. Well, maybe not. What? Ah! There's one of the futuristic truck. No, that's a... No, I'm sorry. Wrong! False alarm. I thought that was one of the futuristic trucks. No, that's just a tractor. Carry on! Alright, now. Alright, I was going to put some cops into the city. Really, you can't make a lane change on that? Huh. Interesting. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, cops. God, I keep getting distracted here. Cops. We need cops.
Lars here. Don't go away. I've got a few hand-picked rock gems coming all afternoon. This is Rock City.
that's what we want to do. And we're going to continue with this grid thing. Until such time when we get to the bigger buildings, you know, the landmarks and whatnot, I'm going to have to make some space because they do make a big footprint. They do take up a good, yeah, they do take up a big footprint. The thing is, they do, whatever. There we go. I think that's right. The inside of this dome is going to be very grid-like. No, not really like that. I think there's an achievement. Whatever the Steam equivalent. Whoa. Well, oh, it's parking. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, I thought there was an achievement for having a high crime rate in Skylines. Oh. Ah, 2 years. That's what they say, 2 years. So, have a crime rate over 40% for over 2 years. Gotcha. Which I definitely, I don't know how long it's been there, but it's definitely been over 2 years. No question about that. And yet, people still keep coming. Alright, well, if I hadn't run it by now, then I don't know. Alright, so, actually, I'm going to put this on the inner side of the, yeah. Maybe not there. Hang on. Flip that way. I mean, that's not much better, but alright, so now Enforcer. That's what it's called, Enforcer. So, high demand for more residential. And I'm in a giving mood, so let's make it happen. And I'll do it on this side. Here. That's outside the dome though, so I have to limit how that gets built. Right there, there you go. Cool. I guess there'll be sections pretty much. Okay. Alright, see? All better. Yeah, all better now. And looks like either the snow melted or there was just enough traffic that it just sort of melted away. All the services I'm adding, I only have 400 people that are actually living here. That could be why those houses are abandoned. Where am I getting my water from, by the way? A water tower? That's it? Okay, so where's it? No, oh, okay. That's still so cool. I like that. Huh? No. Did those things sprout or no? We're still waiting on those, but no, still nothing. With these little houses, they're sprouting up everywhere. Alright, so we'll just keep making those. Now we're on the other side of the dome.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
It is blizzard time.
A thunderstorm is battering the city. Stay indoors until the storm has passed.
You think she would change it to say a blizzard is battering the city. 'Cause that's what this is. Maybe going slightly mad with this residential here, but just going by what the demand says that there is. Nighttime. And the roads are frozen again. I like that they get held up by traffic, and the traffic doesn't give a fuck that they have their lights on.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
Well, While we're waiting for all that to develop, let's take a drive into town. You probably got something to. And here we go.
A thunderstorm is battering the city. Stay indoors until the storm has
So
passed.
there's snow inside the tunnel, even though there shouldn't be, but oh dear. Oh dear. That's something I'm gonna have to fix. I wasn't aware that that was a thing. Huh. Anyway. Nice. I'm looking at a truck. I'm looking at the back of the truck. It's not really what I want. But that's part of the policy that I had put into place. Going home, you say? Take me home. Just to give you an idea of what it's like outside the domes. More importantly, to get a better idea of what the map looks like. Now, naturally, in the future of an ice age, there would not be nearly this many people on the road. Like there hardly would be any. Because of the intense blizzards, most of this will all be frozen over. So you wouldn't be able to get into town, so to speak. You'd be stuck until warmer weather, which it wouldn't really come until like June, July. So you'll be stuck in the city for upwards of 6 to 7 months, possibly even 8. Nice. I like that. I like that. Look at that. That is beautiful. Like I can't decide what lane he wants to be in. Nice. Very nice. As we enter the dome. We are inside now. Welcome to Eden. Just imagine that as your, essentially your sky. I mean, these days, in the present, something like this would be strange and a bit frightening to know that above your head is this massive structure that is basically caging you, as some would phrase it. But imagine if this is something that is the future. Oh, look at that. If that really is the future, then I imagine we would get used to it, but still. Walking outside your house and looking up and seeing this massive dome. It's just this massive dome that's constantly there. Ooh, sunrise. Yeah, that is pretty. That is very pretty. There's a lot of traffic on this road. a lot of traffic. Nice. Dome over the mountains. $600. We're nearing about the 1,000. Ah, there's one of our trucks. Balls. The Cyber Buffalo. Look at that. That is cool. That is cool. I like that. Very cool. Very cool indeed. I like how this map turned out. I had my doubts as I was building it because it didn't seem like it was gonna take shape, but the more I worked on it, especially when I started adding the jagged edges for these glaciers here, the more it just sort of became its own. I really like how it turned out. It took forever to make, but I say it was worth it. Nice. And then once I get the train lines connected, then you'll be able to see the various trains I now have. That's cool. I'm glad I was able to finally see that. Okay. Let's get back to the city building. Alright, so now we'll ignore a second speed through. Alright, so what do we have happening here? Everything's frozen. Got more industrial popping up, I think. It's hard to really tell. How about some education?
Warning. Experts predict an earthquake could hit the area soon.
How about we get some education started? University.
An earthquake is occurring.
Nice.
Don't panic and wait for help if you are in the affected area.
That's on fire. That's collapse. That's on fire as well. 16 people lost. So, more residential, they cry. Whoops. I know they were just popping up, but I'm going to do the same thing here as well. Oops. And that's going to be a placeholder, I know for sure. Okay. That thing built up. People people are using these things now. We're using these roads. Good. Yeah, you have to go under. You have to go under. So let's do that. I was hesitant, but it's clear now. We're gonna have to go under. Look at me caring about my curves. Now. And go back a bit. No, you just had it. There. I'll just move it to that. Ooh, this is gonna be short. Really short. Damn. Aha. That's better. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
More snow.
A thunderstorm is battering the city. Stay indoors until the storm has passed.
Just got to thinking now that things are developing. I'm going to need a place for my train tracks to, for my trains to arrive. And unfortunately, I don't have a futuristic building for the freight. I do have one for the rail. This beautiful thing. Which looks amazing. Let's do it real quick. Just drop it to it. Yeah, so yeah, you got this beautiful thing. But anyway, yeah, just thinking about the rails here
Just kicking back or going to a cool show.
and
There's a
how
lot to
I'm
do in
going
the
to
city, and I'd
bring
be
them
doing it
into the
too if I didn't
dome.
need to clean out my garage. But hey, more space for jamming, right? More
What
space for a
tracks
treadmill
would be
too.
connecting to
Let's
that
just say I
would
need to do a
be
little
this
less
one
rocking and a
here,
little
for
more
starters.
Doctor's orders. Keep it here. We've got more great music coming your way.
Which will be cutting through our neighborhood here. Probably wrapping around and lining up there. Yeah. Wrapping around there. I also have
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days.
this.
Citizens
is a
are advised to
passenger
stay
rail line.
indoors.
Yeah, this is passenger rail, so it's probably gonna have a station somewhere around here.
A thunderstorm is
somewhere around
battering the city. Stay indoors until the storm has passed.
We'll see. Just doing some future thinking, mainly. Watch out. Oh. That's big, whatever that is. Alright. Once we hit 1,000, I will end stream and and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully as things progress, things will get a bit more exciting as far as the city building. We shall see. Right now we're just sort of starting out and everything is very small and normal. With the exception of this magnificent thing, which is just amazing. It's playing hell with my shadows, but it is just amazing. And then of course you got these tall buildings, these tall skyscrapers for the various services. How's the education thing going? It's getting there. Sort of. Put it there. Alright. 1,000. With that, we will end. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!